Yusup, how you doing, my friend?
I'm awesome. Thank you very much for having me here.
How's it feel to get a fight this late into the year?
I was asked for it for a long time, and I'm very happy to be back.
Can you tell us a little bit about your preparations? Did you have any complications in training camp due to the COVID situation?
No, not at all. Gyms are full in Moscow, so I had lots of sparring partners. All trainers were there, and yeah, it was all good. No injuries, no nothing.
This is a great matchup. Troy Worthen is a young, undefeated prospect. What do you think about this matchup and how you rank together?
I think he's a well-rounded. He wrestles. His background is wrestling, and also, but on the fights, he mostly standing up, and he has pretty good Muay Thai. I think very good left kick. Yeah, it is a good match.
Now, age is a big factor in this one. Troy Worthen is 10 years younger than you. What do you think about that? Do you think experience is a factor in this one?
I don't think age is a factor here, because my last opponent was also 10 years younger than me, and it was very tough kid. And yeah, here experience will solve this problem.
You've won 7 out of your last 8. You are currently ranked number 4 at bantamweight. If you win here, do you think you should be considered for a shot at the title?
Yeah, I was considering. I was thinking I would be the number 1 for the title, but after Lineker and Billy Ingon's fight, I was impressed by Lineker, and in case if I win this fight, I want to call out Lineker.
Yeah, Lineker has been. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, this would be logic. I think if he really beat a tough guy, number 1 guy, Lineker did, and to beat Lineker. If I beat Lineker, then I'm 100% sure I'm first on the line for the title.
You spoke a little bit about being impressed by Lineker's performance. What did you see in that bout, and what do you think you could do differently going into that matchup with Lineker?
I was surprised how bad was Bellingham in that fight. He's a good striker, but I didn't like him very much on the bout. But I have my thoughts about how fight Lineker. But right now I'm not about to share it.
Question here from Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion Mixed Martial Arts. You're fighting Troy, and you seem like you study a lot your past opponents and their fights. What were your thoughts on his 3 fights and 1 championship? Do you see any weaknesses that you can exploit?
I do see, but again, I'm not gonna describe them. I see me and my training camp, and my trainers, we thought a couple weaknesses in his game, and yeah, we're gonna.
You've been a part of this organization for a long time now. How much longer do you see yourself competing?
At least 3-4 more years, I think.
Going back, speaking about Lineker again, Lineker may face Bibiano in the future. How do you think that fight plays out? Do you think Lineker could beat Bibiano?
I don't think Lineker can beat Bibiano. And I think, depending on how this fight, if if I win this fight, I don't think Lineker got to face Bibiano before I meet Lineker. Because it's too soon, I think, for him.
You and Kevin Bellingon have had a little bit of history. Is that a rematch that you would like to take back?
Not right now after his loss, no, because I'm on my winning streak, and I do not consider to taking fight Bellingon. Maybe
another name ahead of you, maybe in the future. That would be a great matchup, a rematch that a lot of people would like to watch. Another name close to you in the rankings, Shuya Kamikubo. What do you think about that matchup?
Yeah, that's a very good matchup too. I was supposed to fight. We were supposed to fight, but he was ripped by Hwan Kim because of the some eye infection, and I was happy to face him again. And that's a good matchup. He's a very tough kid, a very good fighter.
You've competed at featherweight, and now you moved back down to bantamweight. Is this where you're going to be staying for the near future?
Yeah, I'm planning to fight to go for the title here. In case if I win the title, then I'm gonna try to go up and try to get the rematch
against Tan Lee. Were you able to watch that Tan Lee versus Martin Nguyen fight?
We're losing some connection here.
Sorry. Were you able to catch that Tan Lee versus Martin Nguyen fight, and what were your thoughts on that one?
Yeah. I was. Tan Lee's. I was impressed by Tan Lee in that fight. I was thinking that fight started going towards Martin. Martin kind of changed the face of the fight, and then suddenly he got knocked out. I was surprised. I was impressed. Tan Lee did really good job there.
A potential matchup in the making could be Gary Tonin now versus Tan Lee. Gary Tonin, a very impressive grappler himself. Give us your thoughts on that matchup.
Well, if Tan Lee will be able to keep the distance for full 5 rounds, then Tan Lee will win.
And how do you see Gary Tonin taking that one?
Just risking and pushing towards the cage, a closing distance, and then as soon as they get to the ground, I don't think Tan Lee has chance there.
Thank you for your thoughts. At this stage in your career, what more do you think you can do to add to your game to make you a more dangerous fighter?
I think adding more striking, because that's where I'm growing right now, and striking is.
You've always had good boxing. You have that good left straight, which helped you defeat one former opponent, Adriano Moraes, who will be competing against DJ. What are your thoughts on that one?
That's a tough fight for Adriano. I have no prediction for that fight, actually. Adriano has a longer reach, same as with Tan Lee and Gary. If Adriano can use that reach and keep the distance and just outstrike Mighty, then he will win by points, I think. Whoever wins this fight, I think it will be a decision.
You think it'll go 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Going back into your matchup, any predictions for you about any way that you want to finish this one?
I'm planning to finish this one, but I always have no predictions for the fights. I don't predict fights, so I'll go for the win and go for the finish.
Your training partner and friend Marat Gafurov is also on the card. How is that experience getting to all train together and having an teammate, on the same show?
We were teammates like a few years ago. Before I moved to Moscow, I train Moscow mostly. Sometimes I go to Dagestan for the camp, but we have a strong, good team in Moscow. So I haven't been training with Mark for a long time now, but he's in good shape, very good shape. We had some rolling and some light sparring while we're here in Singapore, so he's in good shape.
Tell us about your camp. You talked about moving to Moscow. Who have you been training with, and who's been helping you improve the most?
There were lots of guys. One of them is Razul Mirzaev, then Ali Bagautinov, then Oleg Borisov. Lots of fighters, good fighters from Russia. We had about 60 people at once in the gym. It was very, packed. So many good sparring partners, wrestling partners, grappling partners, boxing partners.
Yeah, I was able to train with Razul and Ali Bagautinov a couple years ago in Thailand. So if you see them again, just tell them I said hi.
I will.
Troy Worthen is a good wrestler too. If this fight goes to the ground, who do you think has the advantage?
Honestly, I think I have an advantage because my grappling is better, in my opinion. And if it goes to the ground, I'll be more advantage.
Now, speaking about one of the most popular Russian Dagestani fighters, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he recently announced his retirement. What do you think about him and that decision?
I think maybe it's a little bit early for him because from what I saw, he's just opening up as a fighter. He's with every fight he's improving more and more, but he has lots of pressure on him, and he's one of the most popular person in the planet right now. And besides training, he has lots of other stuff to do. Besides, he lost his father, and well, this is his decision. As a fan, I'd like to see him, fighting more.
What do you think makes Khabib such a great fighter?
Discipline. He's very disciplined from childhood. And he never misses a practice. He's always dreaming about being a number one, and dedication and discipline.
Going back into you now, you talk about putting in more time with your striking training. What is your striking training like? What's the schedule for you now in the camp?
Like how many days a week, you mean?
How many days a week? Who do you work with?
I work with one Ukrainian coach, Maxim Baskakov. We train with him 3 times a week. And then I have another trainer, boxer. Maxim is a Muay Thai fighter, trainer. And I have a boxing trainer also for 2 times a week. So I have 5 times a week striking. And besides, we have 2 times a week sparring too.
And you feel like boxing has been the biggest improvement?
We were working a lot on our boxing.
A few more questions here. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
To my fans, I'd like to say hello, of course, and I'll do my best to show you the best fight, to excite you guys. And I'm very happy to be back and entertain my fans.
You've been in martial arts for a long time now, competing in mixed martial arts for many, many years as well. What's the biggest difference in terms of mentality for you?
Difference from what?
Going into fights mentally.
Relaxed now. More experience, more relaxed. Yeah, more. Right now, I'm very dedicated for. I want to get this title, and I'm going for it.
If you could tell yourself 10 years ago, what advice would you give that person?
To be more disciplined, more professional, and work harder.
That's it from us. Thank you so much for your time, Yusup. Always nice to see you and talk to you. Wish you all the best, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was the number 4 ranked